Hello children, welcome back to your geography class. Let's continue chapter 4 agriculture. In this session we will study about agriculture, sericulture, pisiculture, viticulture and horticulture. So first of all, let's know about agriculture. First of all, let's see what is agriculture. Agriculture is the art and science of growing plants and other crops and raising animals for food, other human needs, or economic gain. The word agriculture is derived from the Latin word ager, which means land or field, and culture means cultivation. So the word agriculture is derived from the Latin word ager, which means land or field, and culture means cultivation. It means the science and art of producing crops and livestock for economic purpose. So in Hindi we can understand like this. एग्रीकल्चर जिसे हिंदी में खेती करना या कृषि करना कहा जाता है, जिसमें किसान विभिन्न प्रकार की फसलों की पैदावार करता है अकॉर्डिंग टू द क्लाइमेट, अकॉर्डिंग टू द सॉइल, मतलब जलवायु और मिट्टी के हिसाब से। और इसमें सिर्फ खेती नहीं की जाती है एग्रीकल्चर में, बल्कि पशुपालन भी इसी के अंदर आता है, इसी में शामिल है। और विभिन्न प्रकार के पशु जैसे गाय, भैंस, बकरी, ऊंट, घोड़ा, गधा, खच्चर एट्सेट्रा, जो कि हमें दूध देने के साथ साथ अन्य वस्तुएं जैसे ऊन या फिर हमारे वाहन के काम आते हैं, ये सब भी हमें प्रदान करते हैं। तो ये सब एग्रीकल्चर के अंदर आता है। नाउ लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज सेरिकल्चर। Sericulture or silk farming is the cultivation of silkworms to produce silk. As you can see in this video, these are silkworms or the caterpillars. The silkworms are fed with mulberry leaves, and after the fourth molt they climb a twig placed near them and spin their silken cocoons. The silk is a continuous filament comprising fibroin protein secreted from two salivary glands in the head of each worm and a gum called sericin. The stages of silk production are like this. The female silk moth lays 300 to 500 eggs. The silk moth eggs hatch to form larvae or caterpillars known as silkworms. The larvae feed on mulberry leaves. Having grown and molted several times, the silkworm extrudes a silk fiber and forms a net to hold itself. It swings itself from side to side, distributing the saliva that will form silk. The silk solidifies when it contacts the air. The silkworm spins approximately 1 mile of filament and completely encloses itself in a cocoon in about 2 or 3 days. The amount of usable quality silk in each cocoon is small. As a result, about 2,500 silkworms are required to produce a pound of raw silk. The intact cocoons are boiled, killing the silkworm called pupa. The silk is obtained by brushing the undamaged cocoon to find the outside end of the filament. Filament means thread, fiber, that is called filament. The silk filaments, again let me tell you the meaning of filaments. Fiber or thread are then wound on a reel. You must have seen reel at your home. One cocoon contains approximately 1,000 yards of silk filament. The silk at this stage is known as the raw silk. One thread comprises up to 48 individual silk filaments. And you know the meaning of filaments? That is thread. One more important fact I would like to add here is Mahatma Gandhi was critical of silk production based on the Ahimsa philosophy, not to hurt any living thing. He also promoted Ahimsa silk made without boiling the pupa to procure the silk, and wild silk made from the cocoons of wild and semi wild silk moth. India is the second largest producer of silk in the world. Among the four varieties of silk produced in 2015 to 16, that is mulberry, another one is tussar silk, next is eri, and fourth one is muga. Here these are the other varieties of silk given here. Mulberry silk is the finest and soft silk, which is the most expensive silk fabric in the world. The third culture is pisciculture. And what is pisciculture? Breeding of fish in specially constructed tanks and ponds is called pisciculture. Let us understand it more clearly. The breeding, rearing, and transplantation of fish by artificial means is called pisciculture. In other words, fish farming, it is the principal form of aquaculture, while other methods may fall under mariculture. It involves raising fish commercially in tanks or enclosures, usually for food. Now, the fourth culture is viticulture. And what is viticulture? Viticulture, from the Latin word for vine or vine growing, is the cultivation and harvesting of grapes. It is a branch of the science of horticulture. So, cultivation of grapes is known as viticulture. And the last culture, that is horticulture. And what is horticulture? Horticulture is the science and art of the development, sustainable production, marketing, and use of high value, intensively cultivated food and ornamental plants. What is ornamental plant? Means decorative plants. Horticultural crops are diverse. Diverse means of different kinds. They include annual. Annual means once in a year, and perennial. Perennial means throughout the year. Species means varieties. Delicious fruits and vegetables and decorative indoor and landscape plants are included in horticulture.